Hello, all right, so let's start the show. This topic does not need any introduction. It's literally what it is, budget marketing. And I'm guessing that all of us here is going to relate to this because either A, we don't have a lot of budget and we need to pull a rabbit out of the hat for most of us, or B, you've got plenty of budget, but you see your money just go down the drain and it's like not giving you the ROI. So our good speakers here today are hopefully going to help us to understand what they've done individually to achieve the successes that they have and more. Okay, so maybe, so how this is going to work is that they're all going to present, and I'm going to give the floor a lot more chance to ask questions because this is, I think it's a topic that all of you will have something to say. So we will start with Marcus. So I know Marcus for a long time, right? I follow him on Facebook, and every single post that he does, he gets about 100 likes minimum. And it's not just the likes, it's the engagement. It can be 50, 60. He just creates so many things to talk about, and people respond to him. It could either be a request for support or even a simple, asking about how are you. And when he was marketing his book, I can tell you it was viral. He made a lot of headway, and people knew that the book was in MPH, and they were queuing up to buy it. And there were a lot of people taking photos of the book with him. So this is amazing, and I think all of us want to learn, how do you achieve that, and probably how this can apply to all the businesses that our friends represent. So without further ado, Marcus, I'll let you take the floor.
Thank you, Chris. Alright, hi everybody. How many of you like free advertising and marketing? Okay, you are at the right place. For the rest of you, if you want to pay, I will send you my bank account. My name is Marcus, and what I enjoy doing is telling people that you have a lot of jewels that are undiscovered. So I've shared this topic for several years, 3 years, and the furthest that I have gone to is to 2 universities in the US. And here's what's happening to most marketers and salespeople. They're all very excited about paying for ads because they do not realize that you have another alternative where you do not need to pay and still generate very good results. How many of you here are like, what is he talking about? Is that even possible? Anybody? No? No rejection, no fun. Social media engagement is created from offline and online. So sometimes we love rejections because then we have a topic. No news is bad news, right? Too quiet. So I'm going to share with you some strategies today. First of all, I want everyone to know that you have the resources. It's just you don't realize. How many of you spend time on Facebook every day? Have you been generating results on Facebook? No? Oh, okay. Let me guess. You must be posting food photos, but you are not in the F&B business. Right? All your friends may not or will buy from you, or they can also bring you customers. But if you just post food photos, then it's very difficult for them to remember you and send you customers. So what I recommend you to do is first, remember that you have the resources because your Facebook friends are ready to help you if you give them a reason to help you. First, everyone must know what you do. If they do not know what you do, how are they going to send you opportunities? If I sell cars, my friends need to know that I sell cars, right? Otherwise, they will be buying from a stranger. Oh, what a waste, okay? Next, here's a quick comparison. Yes, you do need Facebook page because it's critical for your business success. There are a few comparisons, okay? You can take a photo. When you take a photo, it makes me feel very happy because it's like, this is a good slide. Take a photo, and then you can look at that back home while I go to real life scenarios. You do not know the risk of social media. Just now YB has touched on some very serious issue. I'm going to touch on something very jovial and simple. Imagine today I'm a car dealer and you are about to buy the car this evening, getting ready your deposit. But somehow you attended Malaysia Social Media Week and then you heard that before you pay anyone, check them out. So you decided to check on this guy called Marcus Teoh, assuming there's just one Marcus Teoh, and you found this being his profile photo. how many of you will then think twice before paying the deposit? Look at that, look at that, look at that. Wow, almost 30%. That means I would have potentially lost a deal because of my ignorance of a profile photo. So everyone here, if today you woke up from this room, please make sure you have a profile photo on Facebook. If you don't have that, please never ever say you have attended my talk. Okay? Please at least have a profile photo. So you may not know it, but a lot of people are checking you out every day. So make sure it is something meaningful, okay? You don't know what you have lost, because if you didn't buy the car from me, you're not going to tell me, right? Mr. Salesman Marcus, I'm not buying the car because I found that you have no photo on Facebook and I don't think I can trust you yet. Correct? So I would not know what I have lost. So this is happening to a lot of people every day without knowing. Okay? Next, one of my biggest success was having my book on the top 10 bestseller list in MPH, and it's marketed with zero budget. So the strategy in marketing things or products, in this case book, is not to sell the book. I have author friends who told me, hey Marcus, I have a book, how do I sell it on social media? I say, no, 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 you are not supposed to sell it. You can do everything around the book, but not asking people to buy. So here are a few examples. I always ask my friends, hey, what do you want to see in a book about entrepreneurship? So when I ask this question, common sense will say, they know that I'm having a book. Automatically, if my conversation is engaging, then they will ask me, where can I buy your book? And what is it about? So you engage them, okay? And the biggest trophy is, of course, being the top 10 business book in MPH alongside these big names. And this was possible because of an incident where back then I was at the lowest point in my life, because business was not doing well. And when business was not doing well, my relationship also wasn't doing well, and came to the point where I separated from my fiancée. So when you're at the low point, please don't feel bad, because this is the time when you have a lot of energy. Use the energy and create excellent content. So anybody here broke up or breaking up? Okay, I hope you don't have to, but if you're in that position, don't worry, something beautiful is coming, you just don't know it yet. So looking back, it's one of the best things that have ever happened, and it gave me the ability to produce a masterpiece that I'm proud of. So when you are in different scenarios in life, a lot of these are very good content to engage people. You see, I've been speaking almost for 5 minutes there. The only time you laugh was when I talk about my breakup. So this is engaging, right? Other things are not as engaging. So you pick up things that are engaging and then reproduce them. So I'm going to share with you 3 quick simple steps. First is to attract a target audience. And the fastest way, I will show you shortly, to attract. After you attract, you want to engage them. After you engage your audience, then you want to convert them into results. Results here does not refer to sales, because this is marketing. You shouldn't measure sales closure with marketing. It's totally different. First, do you know that the Wi-Fi is the fastest way for you to engage somebody? Most people would take Wi-Fi, but how do you use a Wi-Fi? If you just take it and you just upload it, it's what most people do. But if you are aggressive in growing your network, you can take a Wi-Fi and you can tag everyone on Wi-Fi. Why? Let me just see a show of hands. If today we were to take a Wi-Fi and upload this photo onto Facebook with you inside, who's okay with that? Ah, okay. Who is happy with that? Better than okay. Ah, who's not okay with that? How dare this guy take my photo and upload? Oh, okay. Who's angry with that? Nobody. So it's safe, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone is either okay or happy. So take Wi-Fi and tag them. Because why? After today, most likely that the business cards you receive, you will not remember who's who. But when you have a Wi-Fi, you can say, hey, this is the guy who took the photo. I don't know who he is yet, but now let me stalk him. Then you can establish the relationship. Okay? So step 1. Step 2, see first. It's good that everyone sees your post, right? So now I'm going to share with you a trick that you can get a lot of people to see your post. First step, you come here and then you find Marcus Teoh and then you do it. So when you do this, you understand how it works, right? Now, repeat the process to the person that you wish to have them look at your content. Just teach them this trick. Easy, right? Okay? So next one is engage target audience. I give you a formula. If you want anyone to be attracted and engaging in your content, you need to have at least one of these 6 elements. Is your post motivational, educational, moving, touching, entertaining? Is it a public service announcement, or is it an opportunity? So if it's none of these, obviously you will not have very high engagement because there's no emotional element involved. So let me just pick one example. I pick entertaining because I want to see you laugh. Do you travel? Yeah. Who here loves traveling? Okay, then I pick the right content. I can predict. So if you are ever going for traveling, you can take a photo like this. Going for holiday, very excited at the airport and the plane. During holiday, having ice cream. After holiday, you look horrible. Excited to go nuts, went nuts, and look like nuts. Hashtag holiday risk and hashtag my training program, Zero Budget Facebook Marketing and MSMW. This little post got me 407 reactions. Not bad, right? And Chris has upsold me so much. Actually, you just discounted by 50%. And for me to get 400 likes is super high. So how do you use this? Of course, I couldn't use it because I'm not in the tour industry. For those of you in tour industry, you can tweak the hashtags and then you can say, our clients are not like that. So it's down to creativity. So just duplicate this and just use it. No need copyright. If you tag me, good, you will get 1 extra like and 1 extra comment. Okay? Next one, convert target audience. You want inquiries and appointments. Okay? How do you do that? There are many these are the top 5 engagements. If you are interviewed for the first time, or if you have a birthday, or got pregnant, wedding, and engagement. So out of these 5, I had to pick one example. I realized that not everyone is successful in engaging. Not everyone wants to get married, and not everyone gets pregnant or makes someone pregnant. And not everyone goes onto radio or TV, so I pick birthday. I suppose everyone celebrates birthday, right? Okay, so I'll give you an example of birthday, how you use birthday to sell something, but still be very likable. On your birthday, this is what you should do on Facebook. First, you disable timeline posting by others, because you don't want everyone to wish you happy birthday, not much value. After a while, the 500th birthday wish has really no value. And you share a memorable post, just now remember, I hope you have captured the picture. Why do you want to do this? Give you an example. On my birthday, I shared about me wanting to write a book. Because they cannot post on my timeline, so now to wish me happy birthday, they are forced to come to this post. And they by accident have to read my content. And they by accident will know that I have a book coming up. And in addition to wishing me happy birthday, they will ask something about the book. And because it's my birthday, I just have to ask a question. Hey, it's my birthday. Would you like to be the first 50 buyers of my book? Would you say no? So now, that's one method that you could use, okay? So because of this, I sold 22 copies on my birthday. Do you think I have a happy birthday? Thank you. So later I'll give you a birthday gift, okay? And guess how many pages I have written? Guess?
0.
Yes, 0! Who says you have to write first then sell? How can you get excited writing something without knowing someone would buy? So when you have buyers already paid, are you excited? You are either excited or under pressure, whichever one it works. So you better sit down and write. Okay, so this is how you do it. 0 page written. Okay, next one. So this is a quick summary. Quick one. Today we have very short time. I have very seldom given talks just in 15 minutes. But I hope you get some valuable information. So my birthday gift for you, your birthday, is this. You can scan this QR code. 1 week before your birthday, send me a message and say, Marcus, my birthday is coming. Can you help me come up with good content for my birthday? And I will personally go through your content and give you some suggestions. Would that be nice? With one condition, please do not send me any good morning messages. Please do not send me any motivational messages. And please don't forward me any Happy Chinese New Year, Happy New Year. No need, I'm very happy already. I will be very happy if you speak to me personally, so send me only personally type messages, and I will make your birthday very happy. Is that a good deal? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, there are so many things that you can do on your personal Facebook account. If you have a dream like me, writing a book, or whether it's traveling around the world or building a business, please plan for it. And remember, you have a group of trusted friends, family, relatives, customers, partners, and so on, all on your Facebook account, ready to help you. So you have to give them a strong reason to support you by posting high quality content. Just like what YB has shared, use it for a positive cause. And then you will find that you have a lot of friends, followers, and you can achieve your dream much quicker. Because time is very precious. If you have a dream, please invest your time, energy, and money, some money, to pursue it. Because it's now or never. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Teoh. So, I mean, that's a great talk. I think I would summarize it with, don't sell, engage, show innovation in the most dire moments. I think that's one of the main talking points. Do the memento. What do you call it? Memento? It's a very weird way to say it, but and I love the way he growth hacks his strategy, right? Like it may work for a few people, and then there's other ways to do it as well. But you seem to find great ways, and I think it's all about experimenting, and that's what you do. So, ladies and gentlemen, you saw his profile just now. You can follow him on Facebook, be a friend, do whatever you want, and I'm sure you can learn so much more from this guy. All right, and our next speaker is Nick. And Nick is somebody I've just met a few years back, but within that short time span, I got to know everything he does. So this is a guy who also knows how to share about what he does, and and not even just share, but being a thought leader, to share, to say that the things that he does can do so many other things for the business. And I think he has a beautiful presentation to share. So I'm just going to leave it to Nick. So
thank you.
Applause.
Thank you. I'm really engaged by Marcus. This is the third year I'm listening to him talk about the same thing, but it's really exciting. He changed the topic. He didn't change the topic, but he changed his content a little bit, and it's really interesting. So I'm trying to attempt to, change my slides every other year, and I presume there are not any familiar faces other than the speakers. Okay, so let me just keep this short, so I only have 15 minutes or less. Okay, I move on.
Voy lo más rápido que puedo.
¿Has pensado en correr? Es saludable y eficiente.
Seguro que no hay más trabajos disponibles. Estudié para ser profesora y estoy haciendo mercados.
Y además puedes quedarte con los puntos de fidelización. Eres una mente afortunada. Tienes que confiar en la aplicación. ¿Te sientes inspirada? Gracias. Chao.
¿Quién soy yo?
This is like any one of us.
No, eso no es lo que quiero decir. ¿Para dónde voy? No, puedo volver a empezar. Olvídalo.
Estoy presente ahora. Me amo. Estoy libre de mi ira. Estoy libre de mi tristeza.
Concentrate on one thing at a time.
Habla español. Adiós.
Alright, so here's the question. Do you think this is the future of marketing? The future of social media? Okay, that's not my question. So here comes the real question. How many advertisements that are free or you assume that it's free, that's on the video? Can anyone give me a guess? I mean, you guys just spend a good 2 minutes of your life watching a video that you don't know what it is. You know, actually, I don't really know the answer. It's a trick question. But I like that video. It gives you a glimpse of how social media, video, interactive, your life, your interaction, your journey, your story combined. Actually, this video goes on to part 3 at the supermarket and how you buy or how you commute to how you buy your groceries in the supermarket. And I like that because today in social media content is all about the integration. I know it might sound a little bit off topic, but I'm going to come to this. I've been speaking on virtual reality and augmented reality for a couple of years now, and recent years has been talking about video marketing. So it's kind of interesting because in the past, people only engage, like myself, to talk about the subject matter, which is virtual reality, and I start to realize that this is not actually a technology, it's actually just a media, right? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg says this in a town hall 3 years ago, and now we are going back to media. So, why video marketing? I shall not contest Marcus on zero marketing. He's an expert. I learned a lot of hacks from him. He's amazing. So, I'm sticking to just budget marketing. So, there is what? What's the first word? Guys, come on, after lunch. What? Budget, right? So, budget doesn't mean no budget. It means there's a certain budget. The budget can be you determine the budget or not by me. And for that, video is one of the best tools. These are stats. I'm not going to go through the stats. You now can do vertical, horizontal format on mobile phones. And I move on. How do you make good mobile phones? I will leave it to the session to one of the next speaker on the workshop on Friday to talk about mobile filmmaking and interactivity. So the question here is how? How do you achieve? You know, if you don't have a lot of budget, right? We have data analytics, you know, you have media buy, media spend, you have advertising. So, if you have limited resources, here are some ideas that I wanted to share with you guys. Marvel. Show of hands, who don't like Marvel? Since you guys don't like the race, you just raise your hands? No, no one? Okay, great. You know, in Carousel, someone is selling a Marvel ticket for like 4 digits. That's ridiculous. See, shake head, shake head. It's ridiculous, okay? So, this company, Looper, I like this. They do content, in a professional opinion, they do it out of almost zero budget. Because it's all content that is already screen grabbed from the trailers. He basically pieced up his own views with some research and background about the movie review. And he made a business out of this. You can look at his views. We're talking about 18, 19 million views in one day. This is just a sample.
Even though 2016 was an epic year for movies, it almost feels like a warm-up when you look at the long list of blockbuster films already on the release calendar for 2017. It's never too early to get excited about taking a trip to the theatre, so we've lined up the biggest upcoming releases, and whether you're into action, comedy, horror, or drama, there's something here for everyone.
So it's not very different from doing a review, but this is a video that people can relate to. So now, in your line of business, you need to look for something in context to that relation and do something on that. What about, sorry, let's skip on this. Another video I'm going to share with you guys, which I know you guys already know a lot, okay? You've seen many, especially those from Thailand. So I'm going to show you one video that garnered like 16 million views in about a week.
Daddy is the sweetest daddy in the world. Daddy is the most handsome, the smartest, the most clever, the kindest. My Superman. wants me to do well at school. Daddy is just great, but he lies. He lies about having a job. He lies about having money. He lies that he's not tired. He lies that he's not hungry. He lies that we have everything.
So I'm not going to go on to this video. I only have a couple of minutes left. It's short. So, make a guess. For those who have seen it, keep quiet. For those who have not seen it, guess which company does this kind of video. I'm not asking for the company name, I'm asking for the industry. Come on, I need some engagement here. If not, the conference ends here. I was kidding, the talk ends here. Have you seen this video? Great, insurance. Have anyone seen a video marketing that tease? Have anyone seen this? This is a pretty old commercial. One, how many? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. So it's about 10%. So the 90% who have not seen this, I'll just give you some benefit of the doubt. So this is to credit this company that does this thing. Audio, please. Audio, please.
Boy, you turn me inside out and round and round. I said upside down, you're turning me. You're giving love instinctively. Round and round, you're turning me. I say to me respectfully. Upside down, you're turning me. You're giving love instinctively. Round and round, you're turning me. I say to me respectfully. I said upside down, you're turning me.
Now see the response from the competitor.
See? It's just like a Mercedes.
This is good shit. Okay, next, videos that can be trending. This is a little bit of a cross-digital marketing. I mean, this campaign is smart. They have 6 million views, and they use terms like drone videos. In actual fact, you watch the video, you tell me how many % of the video is drone, and I rest my case. Back then, this term drone video is trending. So video marketing that is trending. Please know your trends. That's just 1, 2. So that's it. That's the video. Best drone video, 6 million views. Not bad. Of course, the topic here is budget marketing. There still have to be some budget. Video marketing that are cool. This video was produced like some 8 years ago, and it's as simple as just using a 360 video like you see this thing here, and make it into a video to like their fans. This video is done by just one man, one person, and so you can guess the budget, right? This is shot in Cape Town. This was when nobody knew what 360 video was, and before the drought. Next, I want to share on this case study. This is recent, like a year ago.
Buenos días desde Barcelona. El sol brilla con fuerza. La gente cada vez con más sonrisas se pira por la calle.
Show of hands that you guys actually think this video is cool. Show of hands if you guys think that this video is done professionally. This, are you kidding me? I'm speechless. It's like they have become professional producers. They know that this is not professional. So this video is done entirely with one phone, and the phone is a Sony Z5. It's a 1 year old model. I'm not selling for them. They don't pay me to talk here. But I like this video. We know the team that did this in Spain, and it's trending back then. And it's really cool because they did a lot of style, a lot of shots, a lot of what I call Instagrammable video footages, and put it all together. Mobile filmmaking, right? And video marketing that's cool, now bracket technology. Now, in Malaysia, it's quite common right now. You guys have already seen, right? How many have not seen the Petite Chef projection? Okay, how many have seen? Most of you, okay, great. So, with this, how many of you, when you see this video that is now trending at 7 million views, actually think that it's professionally produced? It's actually done in their own house courtyard. It's a demo. It's not real. We know the guys that did this. And it's trending. People actually thought it's amazing. They brought it around Asia, right? And of course, I still like that video, which I'm going to share with you guys. So I'm not going to show you the Petite Chef. I'm going to just skip to the Pepsi Max. I like this. This is my all-time favorite. It's 5 years old. It's still the best. So the campaign actually went viral, not because, I mean, you guys are smart people here. How many people can actually go to the bus stop, and how long do you think they can run this ad? What, maximum a week? So I give you about 100 people or 1,000 people in a day. So that makes 15,000. But the video, 5 million? So, social media. Interactivity is something that is trending as well right now. do look into free interactive platform online. And this is an example, and this is my second last slide. Sorry, it's a bit jerky. What do you guys do? Rub it in? Okay, so you guys get the point. Interactive videos, right? And these days, interactive videos can lead to e-commerce and then do a sales, right? It applies. We just call it the holy 5-second rule. And keep the story snappy. Like a lot of you guys, like me, same. We are in this own world dimension. We think that, oh, this is cool. Well, if it's cool and interesting to you, that is not good enough. It must be like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Then on screen, it looks normal. So understand that fact, you get it right. Last, know your distribution channel. This is where you learn from Marcus on all his quick hacks. And try to make it interactive. Interactive doesn't need to be interactive. It can be just like, you know, the way the content is produced or shot can be look interactive. So if you guys want to know more, please contact me. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, I completely agree. Video is the way to go. In fact, all major platforms are now promoting short-term video, and all it takes is a creative mind to come up with the best stories that most identify with your brand. And I think everybody will be excited to come for the for tomorrow's session, where we talk further about storytelling, where you will combine what Nick has shared with that one to give you the best, most efficient budget marketing solutions. And our last panelist of the day, of this session, is Amnah, and she comes with a different mindset. Well, you've learned about how you can do budget marketing for yourself, for a brand. For her, she's actually provided a platform that's available for her people, the people that she serves, her clients and consumers, in a very interesting way. But you know, I won't share too much of this because I think you have something to share with all of us. So let's begin.
Hi. I'm Amnah, just in case you don't know. I'm a little bit boring, I guess my slide. Marcus and Nick was fantastic. I like everything. Anyway, so yes, I'm supposed to manage 78 certification bodies in 45 countries, and they are mostly non-profit organizations. So how do I do that? I need to crack my brain and say, how do I help these people, certification bodies, and in halal. By the way, halal is not just about religion, it's about the processes of food. And by the way, 85% of the world producers of halal are non-Muslim, not the Muslim. So, but halal itself is a process which is hygienic and wholesome. That means it's incorporated the HACCP, GMP, and so on and so forth. For example, cosmetic halal, you cannot just have halal without a GMP. GMP is very difficult to get. So today, I'm supposed to share with you a little bit what I did in order to help this non-profit organization from 45 countries to market their products. Because to get halal is not easy. And of course, other people copy and do fake halal, which is bad for the community. It's bad for the name of halal, and it's bad for the name of the whoever logo that, you know, that they copied. So, of course, we signed with Interpol, JS1, this is under the Prime Minister Department project and so on and so forth, because Malaysia, you got to know this. Jakim is 51 years old, our halal, and it's the best, it's called the platinum standard of halal of the world. You got to know that this is something that we, Malaysia, has done, hey, not bad, quite good, all right? So I'm very proud of it. And by the way, in China, they are really want our halal. Even now, I'm receiving hundreds of applications to do halal for China. So let's look a little bit over here. Okay, that's boring. That's boring. So this is interesting. You got to know a little bit because it's $1 trillion. This is the latest figure, 9.7 trillion economy. God, that's big. So you can just look at the halal food, halal media, cosmetic, fashion. Media is in billions. You're talking about US, yeah? So you can be influencer in halal, fashion, modest fashion, and so it gives a lot of money too. So just that's some input for yourself. Yes, halal is for everybody, and Muslim and non-Muslim. But as the YB mentioned just now, the problem with social media is that people start doing bad thing. They don't like your brand. Tomorrow they just say everything they want online and nobody going to buy your brand. And this is really hurting jobs, money, and whatever marketing budget that you put. Because fake news, yeah? But these are some of examples, even in France. People will pay more for that logo. So people who are so smart, they just put the logo, but they're not really halal, right? We have these thousands of cases around the world. Right, let's see. That's why we came up with apps and so on and so forth. So this is Jakim. So we have 45 countries, 78 certification bodies. For example, Japan, we only approve 7 certification bodies, but there's already 50 certification bodies in Japan. In China, there's hundreds. Maulana Tan, Maulana Marcus, Maulana Nick, but they have their own standard and they just say they are Muslim, blah, blah, blah. But doesn't matter. So we are very stringent with our halal. Therefore, we have our own ISO. So let's look at, you're talking about social media, yeah? And these people been hurt by fake news. You know, they said, oh, jangan beli, don't buy, you know, and then so on and so forth. But let me tell you, there is one smart guy, Bihun Masjid, that's means Vermicelli Noodle Mosque. Their factory is GG in Bahasa, means really dirty. And they are fantastic marketing, but they're completely bogus, and they're completely naughty, and they're not even halal. And they sell in millions. It's terror, right? Good, cool. Right. But anyway, in Malaysia, fortunately, we are under the Ministry of International Trade. We have, if you do fake halal, there's 5 million ringgit compound, up to 3 months jail. Ha! In Malaysia, but not in the rest of the world. So, Malaysia, do you know that Malaysia is the chairman of the International Halal Hub Authority by these 45 countries, and they all follow Malaysia's standard. That's something that you got to be proud of, Malaysia, which I'm very proud of. So, anyways, that's some education. But let's talk about this Massimo brand. If you look at it, they put a little piggy there, and they said, tidak halal, not halal. Actually, it's a fake. That is fitna, slander. That's not true. The guy is halal. They spend a lot of money, processes and everything for their factory. And so there are many more. So the first time when we do our halal apps, it's called Verify Halal. That means we go live with the certification bodies. Today we have signed with 33 certification bodies. We go live with Jakim, and of course with India, South Africa, and so we know whether they are really halal or not, yeah? So by doing that, because halal is not 1 year only, yeah? It's not 1 year forever, it's 1 year or 2 years, depending on the processes. So what's my job? My job is to protect my own community. I'm going to help this. But by the way, the 78 certification bodies, they are all NGOs. So they don't have money. And when they sell the certification, they also bring back the money for wakaf, or they build mosques, they build schools, they build hospitals. So here I am. How do I help them make money as well? And how do I counter-attack those people that using the social media to attack back on them and also to profit unnecessary on halal. So, yeah, so anyway, start with customer, yes, brand is, yes, no problem. So we came up with this brand owner analytics, so the brand owner can put their information into the system, you know, 100% free. But of course, we are a big data company. I have massive data. In fact, this is some of it. For example, this is my rasa, belong to MITEC. They have 200 SKU. Real time, they know who look at their data, men, women, blah, 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 blah. Where are they from? I can slice and dice the data by country, by state, by phone usage, and so on and so forth. So anyways, this is, but today we are talking about, you know, budget marketing. Doesn't mean it's zero marketing like our friend here. All right, so it's free. But if you, yes, we do charge. For example, Mondelez have 22 brands. They have 6 brands already in here. So for per brand, it's only 500 ringgit a year. That's nothing. So I can slice and dice the data for them. And of course, I have massive, massive data by company, by name, because this will help the marketing tool. It's a marketing tools for the brand themselves. And also, it will project positively towards all the 78 certification bodies that I help. So, that's me. How about that? I'm fast, 6 minutes before the expiration of my time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so comes the most awaited session of the day, which is the Q&A. And I think it's number one, the most toughest crowd, because we are right after lunch. So a lot of us are maybe feeling sleepy, and you know, that's why I encourage, if you can ask questions right now, or you could wait for some of these burning questions of mine to start first. So while I ask the questions, feel free to let me know whether you want to ask some questions. So, I mean, I've seen all of it, right? And I think 2 things jump out at me. One is analytics. Like, you need to know a lot about your brand, your company, your personnel before you can start any of these things. And number 2, it's about time, preparation. It looks like and I think it's true, isn't it? The more later you start your planning for marketing or the spending for marketing or advertising, the more expensive it gets. So it looks like there's a lot of preparation that you have to do beforehand. So maybe you, all 3 can share about what you have to do to prepare, and how long do you need to prepare before you launch something. Yeah, maybe Marcus can start.
Preparation is important, but once you develop a habit, it becomes very natural. And those who attend my workshop always ask me a lot of questions about how to do Facebook marketing. I say, before you look at Facebook, first thing first, you must know your target audience. If you do not know your target audience, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you are still not going to generate results. So knowing the exact target audience is critical.
I second to Marcus, and I think that pre-production planning, it's actually, in my opinion, the most important stage. It's probably the thing that you should spend the most time doing than the actual thing.
So for me, I give a different perspective, because the 78 certificate, this is a big project where I need to have consensus from everybody before I even put them on the site. Yeah. So it takes a little bit more time, but it's more rewarding. I'll give you an example. So Alibaba, as you know now, there's Amazon, Alibaba, they all have the halal chapter in all their e-commerce, in their omni-channel. So we sign with Alibaba now, that they want to validate, whether that product is halal or not, because then they did a campaign, they're doing a campaign, so they can track how many people really want real, true halal. So this benefit my community greatly. So at the moment we just gave complimentary, but now we're able to charge as well. So preparation initially is a lot of work, but after that, alhamdulillah, God bless, is much easier.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation, right? The reason why she's running Verify Halal so early and getting people to come on board is that when you start to launch the e-commerce part at the end of the year, the marketing has already been done for all of these people that you touch, and therefore they will benefit greatly from the platform. Yeah, so I mean that's probably a lot of preparation, and knowing your customers will be the main thing. Is there any questions from the audience that you'd like to ask regarding budget marketing? Anyone? Come on, you must want to know how you can save a lot of money to to achieve the best ROI. Okay. While that simmers in your mind, let me start with another. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, Roberto. Is there any mic to him? Yeah, there you go. It's coming over.
Hi, Roberto again. This is for Marcus, but it kind of doesn't really have much to do with budget marketing. But I thought it was interesting. You mentioned about how you managed to turn your life around, and therefore your message of hope is that when you're at your lowest moment, that's when things are going to be picking up, right? I just wanted to know if you're willing to share a little bit more about that episode, and what was the trigger that allowed you to kind of really move forward and write that book on a budget. So we tie it back to budget marketing.
Okay, great question. See, I wanted to write a book for a very long time, but we always have thoughts that block you. It's like when the first time the publisher approached me in April, I said I don't have time to write a book because it doesn't make a lot of money. I need to make a lot of money now. And I wanted to run my workshops to make money, right? So, okay, that's April. But comes October, after the breakup, everything changed. Because at that moment, business was already bad. And now I had no money and no honey. When you have nothing, it's an excellent position because you got nothing to lose. And then I wanted to redeem my pride because you lost it, right? So I was thinking I had to do something crazy, and at that time, the only opportunity for me to go crazy is to write a book because I didn't even manage to maintain a blog for more than 3 months, let alone writing a book. So when you want to do something, you just focus on it, and that was the only time in my life where I told everybody, if you have any event, don't bother inviting me. I'm not going. I'm only going if it's related to book writing. That's how focused I was, and I shocked a lot of my friends because I was a different person. It's like, if it's not related to book, I'm not going to write it. And then my focus was just to publish the book and get it out, because the longer I take to publish the book, that means the less chance I have to come back out to do business. And how does that tie that to a budget? Is engagement. I didn't write a book and started selling. So if you have written a book and then you say, how do I market? It's too late. I started engagement like my birthday post. I already collected payment. And then I did a lot of interview. I asked, hey Nick, you want to write a book? Hey, I'm not ready to write a book. Oh no, you don't read a book? What do you want to read about? So I gathered a lot of data. And I also asked you, which bookstore will you buy the book from? And then vote for the cover photo. So I do a lot of engagement every month when I was writing. So I wasn't writing because I wanted to write from my thoughts, but rather from my potential audience. And when the engagement activity was like up to 7, 8, 9 months, I have enough data. The moment the book was launched, it's a hit because everyone was anticipating, hey, when's your book out? Where can I buy it? So it's a process. So don't ever sell a product when it's out. You need to engage your audience way ahead. Just like the mobile phones, they're always marketed months before it's out. So whatever product or services you are going to launch, please never market it after it's launched, but way before that. Then your success rate will be very high. Because now when you engage them, common sense will tell them that you have something coming out, and you don't even have to sell. Hope I answered your question.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent answer. But all I remember now is no money, no honey. that's the most fantastic quote over there. Yes, the man.
Hi, my name is Ezo from Charmin Digital. I have a quick question. No budget sounds amazing, right? It's a great idea. Now, there's something we all love, which is a specific word, and sustainability. How sustainable is it to make content? Do you need to have your own team? Is it a recurring thing? Like we've been talking about one video that does work and that's great and it can sell, but we need to keep doing this. So that's the issue here. Like no budget for one video, but you need a collection, you need a series. So how does this work?
I believe firmly on the content and the storyline. And if you have something that is really like burning and you think like what Marcus, I agree and I second to him again, is that you do need to know what your audiences want, depending on which audience we are talking about. And you do need to consistently create that kind of content, and over time, it will pick up. Have you heard of Nas Daily? He's big, right? Have you all not known his story? His first 365 videos have no views or less than 1,000. Did he spend a single cent on marketing? Now, yes. Back then, no. And what did he do? He just do short, engaging, 1 minute informative content. That's it. How many people help him? Back then, him. That's it. So it really depends on how dedicated and how focused you are. And again, I second to Marcus on that, is that if you really want to achieve something, I mean, this is not rocket science. I think a lot of successful people have said this before. You just need to focus. The difference between an amateur athlete and a professional athlete is just one word: focus.
All right, I think we've run out of time, but I have one last burning question for all three of you. So in social media network, right, it's now used freely. Right? All of you are using the platform because it's free, it's available to you. But as more and more of these channels start to charge people for charge users, to deliver content or even reduce your organic views, right? So how can budget marketing sustain in this coming of networks wanting to charge the users? Your answers.
Well, I would say that for our community, the more we have millions of data now, and it's benefiting our community greatly. So for me, I'm very happy the way it is. But yes, maybe then next time I charge them, they pay me. but it's impossible for me to have really 100%. Zero marketing. There is targeted marketing that needs to be done regardless at a certain point. Maybe you want to test it. For example, we recently tested a Muslim Pro who has been around for 7 years. There's 65 million community of Muslims there. They have the WeChat, their own messenger and everything in there, and the video. So they feel. So when we put it there and we try the marketing, is amazing feedback, and which is benefiting our own people. So I guess I will conclude. At the moment, it's good, but eventually we may have to change our strategy as well. So how about you, Nick?
From my view, if it's a company, then you need to invest. But as an individual, it's extremely sustainable because we have a voice. And social media is just a platform for us to voice out that we can reach a lot of people in a very short period. So today, Facebook is free. If one day Facebook starts to charge us, then Twitter is free. Then LinkedIn is free to use, because the business model is that they're not going to charge us and consumers. They're charging from different ways. So to me, it's definitely sustainable if you are an individual.
Actually, I agree, because we use platforms like Wikipedia, YouTube, LinkedIn, and they are free. And usually the influencers are people, again, that consistently engage the audiences or with their subject matter expert, and they consistently do posts, right? And whether it's an original post or they curate the post, it helps. So again, back to the concept of focusing, and when you have good content and you sustain, well, it will help. But of course, we had this conversation over lunch, is that, well, if you sustain, you do good content, you can sustain, right? But if you have some budget, it will accelerate that sustainability.
Okay, well, maybe I won't let you guys go so soon. We do have time for actually a couple more questions. So this is like the last chance that you can ask a few more questions before we go to the next session. So anyone have a burning questions from the audience? Anyone else?
Someone told me that there's no stupid questions.
Yeah. Nothing to be ashamed about. Budget marketing. Or you don't believe? Wait, do you believe in budget marketing? Do you believe that you can market without budget? Because it seems to me that, it's like...
we have a rich crowd that have money.
I think so too. So maybe efficient marketing will be a better topic to talk about, right? And I think that's what everyone can talk about. Yeah? All right.
Hi again, Christine from BFM. Hi. Also, hi Marcus. I'm pretty sure we've met before, so what's up? Not the point. But my question basically was, when it comes to sort of budget marketing, right? What would you guys say would be the best platform to start off if you're like a completely new company and you have no followers yet, you've got no people yet or whatever? I understand that you say that like before you launch you should be marketing already, right? But so where do you start? Like what is the platform where you can start, do you think is the most efficient or effective one?
Okay, let us answer Christine's question. How many of you here are on Twitter? Okay, observe. How many of you here are on Instagram? How many of you here are on Facebook? Okay, that's your answer.
Right.
And the beauty is...
LinkedIn? How about LinkedIn?
Oh, LinkedIn? Okay, since China is coming up, WeChat, Snapchat, very young people here. So I would say the best is Facebook and Instagram, and Facebook particularly because people already trust you. You already have friends, so you don't have to start from zero. These are your high school friends, your college friends, your parents, relatives. They may not buy from you, but they can be your loudspeaker. So leverage on this network to begin off.
Okay, and also like just following on from that real quick, because most of the time people tend to use their personal Facebooks for stuff that isn't related to business at all, right? So if you've been doing that, how do you then kind of make that transition to actually starting to promote something without it coming across as something like you're corporate now or something?
Correct. People go onto Facebook to socialize. That is why if you are selling a car, do not sell a car. Talk about something about the car. So I wouldn't say, who wants to buy a car, find me. Then I sound like a salesman. Ooh, yeah. But I would say, hey, do you know that when you drive, when you look to the left, actually this is the blind spot. And then when you're talking about this, they will realize that, hey, by the way, this is this model. Oh, so the blind spot is at this area. Or when you are fetching a kid, maybe you want to place your kid here. And then by accident, the car logo is there. So there's no accidents, it's all planned. So it's a strategy. And you want to talk something about, for example, I used to be driving this little Kanchu. Today I am driving this branded car because thanks to my employer. And you tell a story, and by the way, this car is this brand. So you are indirectly promoting. And then, oh, by the way, I know the salesman. If you want a good discount, let me know, I'll contact you. And I have so done something just as an experiment. I was buying a phone. And I just say, hey, I'm buying a phone. How many of you want to buy this model or this brand? Come, let's buy together. So I could be a salesman as well. I didn't, but it worked. So as a result, we have 50 of us buying the same brand, and then we get a lot of discounts. Something like that.
All right, cool, thank you.
I got something to share on to that point, Christine, is that I believe most of you here, millennials, will know what is TikTok, right? It's a China company, previously known as Musical.ly. So in China, it's huge. Well, so as in North America, but for different reasons. So I have a friend who actually owns an industrial building in China, and they sell used cars, okay? So he was telling me that this guy do very well. He's a top sales for cars. So I asked him, so how does he do his sales? And he said, TikTok. Yeah, so he does car reviews, and he gives tips and advice on how to repair a car. It's as simple as that. And just because he became the subject matter expert, not only he sell more cars than anyone else, he became like semi-celebrity and go onto TV. And it's free.
Okay guys, and with that, I'm sure that all of us have taken a number of tips and strategies in order to do budget marketing for yourself or for your brand. Let's give a round of applause to our speakers here for sharing their personal experience and in a really raw form as well, no money, no honey, yeah? Okay, thank you. Let's have a Wi-Fi.
Yes. Okay, thank you once again, our moderator Chris, Nick, Marcus, and our speaker Shana. Okay, now a Wi-Fi. So I think all of you are in, so you might want to smile or strike a pose or please raise your hand or